The Society of India Automobile Manufacturers or SIAM announced the sales report of the first quarter of the current fiscal a few days ago. And it looks like the auto industry has cause to cheer. SIAM data indicates a revival in consumer demand led by a relatively brighter economy. The auto industry produced a total of over 64,31,000 vehicles in the April-June quarter. This includes passenger vehicles, commercial vehicles, three-wheelers, two-wheelers and quadricycles. This is up 11.74% against the 57.5 lakh units in April-June 2015. As far as domestic sales are concerned, passenger vehicles grew by 6.66%. Nearly 7 lakh passenger vehicles were sold in the first quarter as compared to 6,53,000 units a year ago. Commercial vehicles registered a growth of nearly 13% in April-June 2016 as compared to the same period last year. Medium and heavy commercial vehicles registered a growth at 14.5% and light commercial vehicles grew by 12%. Two-wheeler sales registered a growth of just over 14%, scooters dominating the growth. By contrast, motorcycles grew by just 9%. So while domestic sales were largely positive, the industry is certainly worried about falling exports. Overall, automobile exports have declined by almost 10%. Cars and CVs saw exports stay in the green, but the two and three-wheelers are the ones to pull things down overall.
Well, we are seeing a recovery taking place, and the month of June has seen the recovery process continuing. In the first quarter, we have seen an overall growth of about 13%, and there has been growth in almost every segment of the industry. If you look at the sub-segments, for example, if you look at passenger vehicles, which is comprising of passenger car, utility and vans, you will find that the passenger car segment may not have shown so much of an increase, but it's been more than compensated by the utility vehicle segment, which is now, more and more launches have happened of subcompact, SUVs, which are in some way being purchased by consumers as an alternative to a car. So there has been growth in the industry. If you look at commercial vehicles, which is largely a barometer of the economic growth of the country, we have seen light commercial vehicles improving. The growth has been about 11%. And the heavy commercials also, which have been showing very good growth, very decent growth over the last many months, have also shown increase, although a little muted in terms of the last 2 or 3 months. But then the optimistic outlook is there because the monsoons have been good. There is revival in the economic activity in terms of mining, in terms of infrastructure development. Freight also we will get to see more as we go along, because the Pay Commission has also, the recommendations have come. People will have more money in their hands to spend, so which will give rise to consumer spendings and therefore indirectly the freight. The agricultural output is likely to improve, so the rural markets which have been down are also likely to come back. So the outlook is pretty good.
Export numbers notwithstanding, SIAM has not revised its projection for overall industry growth in the current fiscal year and is maintaining its overall 6 to 8% growth target for 2016-17.